Well, welcome to week 8 of W131. The pedal really has hit the metal now, and I've really been enjoying going over Facebook and looking at the blogs you all have chosen to write about, and I think you're going to really enjoy the assignment. I know that I'm going to enjoy reading about your blogs. Okay, I've seen some terrific stuff on Facebook. Thank you. And those of you who are not Facebook users, you've emailed me with your comments and the blog you've chosen, and that's terrific too. So I really appreciate that. And there's a lot going on in the class. And even those students who are not Facebook users, they are apparently looking at the blogs that you all are who are on Facebook are choosing. So we're getting a real good feel in the class as to what's going on with this unit now. Now the actual writing that you're going to do is quite a bit different than your memoir, than your literacy narrative. Okay, but some of the same skills apply. The skills such as well-focused paragraphs. All right, the skills such as a topic sentence that defines the paragraph and causes the paragraph to stick to one point. Those skills still apply, as well as writing with good detail, good focus, that kind of a thing. So that said, all the information that you need to write a terrific rhetorical analysis is contained in the folder Roman numeral number 5, Unit 2 writing assignment. Everything you need to know is there. I spell it out stepwise by stepwise by stepwise as to exactly what I'm expecting, okay? Excuse me, I need to go back to my computer. Just went zap, tried to tell me something that I didn't want to hear. Okay, I'm back, excuse me. So folder 5, Unit 2 writing assignment. Item A1 is writing the rhetorical analysis. It's a pretty lengthy Word document. I really want you to go through that very, very carefully. It gives you quite a bit of reading to do. This is a hard assignment. The literacy narrative, by comparison, was an easy assignment. That said, a rhetorical analysis is not much different than a car review. You can go to cars.com, all right, and what the reviews there do is they tell you why the car works as well as it does. They don't have to say, I like the car. They don't have to say that. Or they don't have to say, I like its features. Instead, they explain in clear detail what the features are, and the implication is, of course, they're good features, all right? So I've given you some very specific examples of what I'm looking for. Item 5A3 is my own rhetorical analysis, all right? I have a blog. And item 5A4 gives you 4 student examples from last semester of students who got A's on this assignment, all right? So the assignment is due Monday night to peer review, okay? A week from now, it's due to peer review. Because it's spring break, you have an extra week. All right, so you can really turn it in Monday night, March 12th, and you will be in good shape. That's due to the peer review folder. This time there's one peer review folder. All right, it says rhetorical analysis peer review March 12th - March 19th. And what that means is that by March 12th, you have to have your paper there. This is a graded form. I'll be grading it after March 19th, but if your paper is later than March 12th, I'll know, okay, I'll take points off for that. Then, so you put your paper there, right, and then you simply pick out 3 other papers to review. It would be best if you pick out 3 that have not already been reviewed multiple times. So you have 1 week in which you have nothing else to do but review those papers, okay? 3 papers this time. I know last time I asked you to review everybody in your group. It was a big project. Some of you did it very well, and some of you didn't do it so well. I went down through and took a look at some of the comments. Some of them were very helpful. Some of them were not helpful, okay? Please don't say, I loved your paper, I liked your paper. Don't say that. Say, hey, your paragraphs were well focused. I caught a topic sentence on page 2 that doesn't really define the paragraph. You might want to take a look at that. But all in all, I could clearly see what you meant because you used descriptive language for the most part, although in a couple of paragraphs I was a little confused because I didn't see quite enough detail, okay, and say what paragraphs those were, okay. So be helpful. Pretend you're me. Say, okay, what would Mr. Weller be looking for, and what would he be saying? By now, you've all looked at the papers that I sent back to you from the first assignment, so you kind of know what my tone is. Please imitate that, and I will be grading this like a regular discussion. I'll be looking for a total of 4 posts with excellent content. That's what I'll be looking for. So I think overall, I've given you enough information. I don't need to belabor it here in the lecture. Go to the folder, item 5, Unit 2 writing assignment. Go into the subfolder, getting started with the rhetorical analysis. There it is, item 1, writing the rhetorical analysis. You must be very, very familiar with that document in order to get a good grade on this paper. There's another document in there. It's called Inserting Images in Word. Those of you who know how to do screen captures, if you want to do some small, not more than about a third of a page wide, screen captures of elements of your blog, that's fine. They do not add to the 4 pages. Okay, I know how to take them out. Well, I will. I'll still see if you have 4 pages. What adds to the 4 pages, though, is the commentary on those screen captures. There's no sense just throwing artwork into paper unless you explain what it means. All right, you always put something in context, and it's the context that counts. The image is this nice visual image, okay? Which is why we're studying visual images and visual rhetorics, is to get this idea of a combination of text and images. I won't grade you off if you have no images, but I'm really predisposed when you do have images, all right? It makes me feel good, as long as they're well described. If they're just filler, I'll know that, okay? So if you look at my example, item 5A3, and the student examples, you'll see effective ways of using images. So as usual, please contact me if you have questions. If you'll be sure to look at the table of contents very carefully, spend a lot of time in folder item 5, all right? You'll see I have some commentary on what effective peer review is, because I'm grading that this time. And then you have the link in there to rhetorical analysis peer review, March 12th to 19th. That's also in your regular discussions. If you go over to the left of the Blackboard page here, you'll see the discussions. Just scroll down to after week 7, week 8. You'll see it'll say it'll say rhetorical analysis peer review, March 12-19. Get your paper in there by the 12th. I'll be checking, okay? Get 3 papers reviewed by the 19th. Then revise your paper and turn it into me by March 26th. And I always check, if I have any questions, I check to see that you revise your paper. So I can have a complete paper trail here, and I can see, you know, if you're really trying hard, trying to do a good job with your work. I can always tell by your effort. I can tell effort. Blackboard is tracking you, plus I have other ways, just, you know, intuitive, intelligent ways of knowing if you're making the effort. And one thing I do is just check, is this the same paper that they turned into peer review, or did they actually revise your paper? Because I'm trying to teach you to do self-revision. I'm trying to teach you all as students and as people out there in the marketplace, never turn in to anyone, your professor, your boss, whatever, your supervisor, your first draft. Never do that. That is a very bad idea. And I'm not just talking about proofreading errors, typos, that kind of thing. I'm talking about content, conceptualizing how that content comes across to a reader. That's what's really important. So you always revise your own work. Writing's a never-ending process. That's another thing I'm trying to teach you. Writing can just continue. At some point, you do have to cut it off, okay? So, hey, I hope I've been pretty straightforward here. I know you're going to enjoy this assignment. It's a good assignment. I'm still looking for very well-focused paragraphs. I'm looking for detail in each paragraph. I'm looking for examples in each paragraph. I'm looking for topic sentences that define the paragraph. But to actually see how rhetorical analysis differs from other kind of writing, you must go into folder 5. You must look at getting started with rhetorical analysis. You must look at item 1 there where it says writing the rhetorical analysis. Rhetorical analysis does not say, I like something. It says this works because, all right? This page works well because of this item. Item 2, this page also works well because of this item, right? And that way we know you like it. If you say this page does not work well, we know you don't like it. So you don't have to say, I like it, I don't like it. You can just say, how does it work, all right? And if you look at examples, if you look at my example, and if you look at student examples, it should all unfold to you so it starts to make sense, okay? We do model good writing off of other people's writing, which is one of the purposes of peer review. So hey, enjoy, get on with it, don't delay. Trust me, this is a hard assignment. You don't want to come back from spring break and sit down and read all the information and think you're going to write this paper in a couple hours, because you won't. All right, so hey, good luck.